Hello, Tori. Happy
Hello.
Thursday.
Yes, happy Thursday. That felt like Friday the entire freaking day.
Oh, brutal. How are
Oh,
we not here yet till Friday?
I know.
Absolutely brutal. We're
Oh, yeah, one of those weeks, everybody. It's going great.
here. We're thriving.
But you
Both of
want to
our
know
week.
who is actually thriving?
The Green Bay
The Green Bay
Packers.
Packers
Say it louder for
may
those in
not
the
be,
back.
we may not be thriving, but they are, and that's what matters.
Yes, Malik is doing his thing, which
Oh
is
my God,
awesome to
yeah.
see. Love seeing him on all of the top 10 quarterback charts. And it's like, this is our backup.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it was really fun going to the game because I saw a lot of Rogers jerseys that had been turned into Willis jerseys. So they basically just taped out the one and then taped out the Rogers and then put Willis on it. And I was like, that was kind of cool. But I will say I did see actually three or four Willis jerseys that were actual legit jerseys. And I was like, that's pretty
Okay,
cool.
good for him.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, like that was I like unexpected. Like
Hmm.
honestly, I thought we were like we said, I thought we were gonna win still.
Hmm.
But in that fashion, no,
Hmm.
that was not on my bingo card. Like not at all.
We said
I
low scoring game, and it
I
was for
yeah.
us. That's the most points we scored all season. So
Oh my God. And like the revenge game, like I said last week, this was it
mhm.
for him. He went off. I was so like happy to just see him. Like he looked so much better than last week,
Mhm.
just more comfortable. Like he knew like when he needed to run versus when he needed to throw. Like it just it was good. It was good to see him in that way, especially like versus his old team. I was just a little upset that Jacobs didn't get me as many fantasy points as I wanted, but I was like, "Hey, it's okay because he's doing his thing. I'll let him do his
Yeah,
thing."
yeah. Like in the grand scheme of things, he looked more confident. He looked good. Yeah, no notes. I mean, defense was incredible. I think honestly, probably our
Defense. Oh my
defense.
god. Like is this what it's like without Joe Barry? This is
Hmm.
beautiful. Because in
They.
the past 3 games, we have had 3 turnovers. Like that is
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah, and it was Xavier's third interception in 3 games. So it's like let's keep it up. I mean,
Yeah, let's keep that
they
guy.
they all look good. I mean, the only thing that was super annoying was the penalties. I do not
Yeah.
know. Like, I know at one point they showed that we had 7 penalties to their 2. I don't know what the final one, but it was like anytime that you turned around, there was a yellow flag on the ground, and we
Yeah.
were backing up one way or the other. Like, we are either backing up this way and it just was like, come on. And so then when they finally threw the first flag on Carolina, I looked over to my friends and I was like, hey, I guess our check's finally cleared. Cause like there was so much holding. Like, oh gosh, was it
First
our left tackle was like literally
freaking
getting
Reed was getting
manhandled.
manhandled.
Yeah. There was that one where Breed got like thrown down on the ground,
Literally
and I'm like,
thrown to the ground. I'm like,
really?
are we just turn around? Do we not see this? And he didn't get like thrown to the ground 2 more times, but there was 2 more times where like one, he was already out of bounds and got pushed. And
Hmm.
then there was
Yeah, there was like a late hit. There was a late
there
hit.
was a late hit. Yes, after it was like the third one was a late hit. And I was just so freaking pissed about that because I was like,
Hmm.
the first one was so blatant. How the fuck do you miss that? I don't know.
Yeah.
The and the other 2, I'm like, you just don't care. That's what
No.
that like, you just don't care because, like, the second time, if you let that first one go, you called that second one as a makeup
Hmm.
call at least.
Yeah. The only feel like that I got a makeup call on was whenever he missed the field goal, and then we I don't know, whatever they called, and we were able to move the 5 yards, which got to the first down, and then
Yeah.
we ran it in for the touchdown. That was the only thing that I was like, okay, maybe. But other than that, you're right. It's
No.
like
It's
that happens. Like the reffing this season has been atrocious. I don't know one person that is like, you know what, the ref. Actually, if you're a Chiefs fan, more than likely you're probably like the refs. The refs are looking good. Ask your man about that. Ask him
no,
his opinion on the refs.
it's oh my god. And it's funny because that they all think they're against them, and I'm like, they're not.
They're
But
clearly
anyways,
not.
besides that, um, no, like that. player safety, like, first of all,
Mhm.
he and our wide receivers has made the biggest impact this season. Like, do not take that from us. Do not let someone
Yeah.
take that away from us. That made me, like, actually so freaking mad. I didn't realize how mad I was until it got
Yeah.
I did not realize, like, how I was, like, so pissed off. I was, like, yelling after when he got body slammed, I was, like, yelling. I was like, "That
Mhm.
is, like, not even that's not even, like, hard to call."
Yeah. No, I try to keep myself in check, especially like how we talked about it's like you're at, another team's place, like
Yeah,
you want to be
yeah.
respectful. There were a couple times where I like stood up and yelled and was like, "Do you guys need glasses? Do you need to get your eyes checked?" Because I'm like, "What is going on?" Because I'm
Likely.
like, I am so like not even that far away, but I'm far enough away. Like you're right there and you are not seeing this. You're not calling anything. It just was not making any sense to me. And the fact that there was so many penalties that went against us, I'm like, how? Like how? Yeah, no, I don't wanna get too heated about it. So, but we won, it looked
We
great.
did. We
Only notes
won.
are just need to shore up because so much stuff got called back because of the penalties and so much good progress with either runs like that. All of Josh Jacobs' runs pretty much got called back because of holding or some other illegal
And
formation,
and this was
illegal
a
shifts.
problem last year.
Yeah, it
And
actually
that's
was, yeah.
that's, like, what's irritating. And, like, the excuse last year is we were young, we were new. And
But
we
we're
we
still
still
young
are. No,
technically. We're still the
we are still
babies.
young, we are still babies, but those guys causing a lot of those
It's
penalties are not new. Like,
yeah,
they have done this now, like, they can start getting this together.
need to shore it
So,
up.
that would, that'd be nice, but yeah, we won, it was beautiful, defense, great. I mean, they
Mhm.
kept pressure on Levis, and he clearly did not do well with it. Um, Alexander's pick 6 in the,
For
like, 2nd quarter and stuff like that.
I can't believe that was his first pick six. I feel like he had a pick six before, but
I know,
I guess they've either all been like
they're just straight up
close or
interceptions,
straight up
guess,
interceptions.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. The photos from this game were good. So I think my favorite
Mhm.
was the Will Levis meme where he's just completely getting sandwiched. Um, but yeah, I mean the defense they came to play, the turnovers, fumble, I mean interception, yeah, all of that looked they looked solid. They put pressure, they brought pressure.
Yeah,
There was I think one point where they played soft defense and we were like, nobody likes softy. Uh,
that's hilarious.
there's just certain things that you yell at. You're like, oh, I'm so used to yelling this at home with nobody around. And then you're like,
And then, like, feel like
"Where?"
people are just, like, No,
There was
it was so cool to see how many Packers fans there were out there.
Yeah, there was honestly I think the funniest part about it was that anytime that the Titans would be on offense, there's the whole shh, and all of us were just going absolutely wild, making noises. And then when we'd be on defense, it'd be like, okay, get loud, and then nothing. And I think it was the beginning of the fourth quarter, one of their alumni players came out, and because they say tighten up, weird, gross, do not
I
like
don't know how
that.
I feel about that.
And so he came out and was like, "It's time to make some noise. Let's tighten up." And then immediately everybody started going, "Go, Pat, go." And so they started that. So then the guy is on the field with a microphone still trying to say stuff. I have no idea what's being said because all that you're hearing is "Go, Pat, go, Pat, go." We were so loud. We were there. And then, after the game started going one way, they started kind of crawling out. The
Mhm.
little Titan fans started
Yeah,
crawling out.
they left early. Good, good. Get
Yeah,
them.
towards the end of the game, it was mostly Packer fans there. I will say that's probably one of the hottest games I've ever attended. I sweat so much. It was crazy how hot it was. I think it was probably like 92, 93 degrees, something like
Oh,
that with
that's
humidity.
disgusting.
Yeah, and I was sitting there and it got, halftime for like it's weird that halftime is really only 13 minutes because I feel like when you're at home, it feels like 30 minutes because it's like you can do so much in this
Yeah, I
time.
do feel like I get, like, so much done. Like, I could literally just, like, shower in between halftime. I do feel like I
Yeah,
get so much done, and then,
but it
like,
is
yeah,
only
like you said, like, at the game, it really well, I
13
maybe it's
minutes.
because that's when everyone's, like, peeing and getting food again or something, I don't know. Goes
Yeah,
by
I
faster in the game.
there were so many people there that I chose to sit in the seat because I was like, I do not want to get up and have to go and like get in this like muggy, humid,
Mhm.
like because people did not wear enough deodorant. I mean, I layer my deodorant to where it's
Just
like
out there smelling like a 6th grade locker room, like,
yeah, I
ugh.
I was like, oh. Like, walking back to where the car was, I was like, "Oh my gosh," because 'cause I'm like, "I know it's hot, like, I know it's hot," but I'm like, "There are ways to fix this, like, layer your deodorant, people, like, a little
I
bit here, a little
personally,
bit there."
I be carrying deodorant all the time. Like, I am so afraid of stinking
Mhm, it
that,
gets
like,
to the point.
I have a purse deodorant, a car deodorant, a work deodorant, a deodorant at
Yeah,
home. Like, I have several deodorants so that I will never smell.
yeah. It gets to the point where you're like, "It's not me," right?
Yeah, right.
Because
Just like
it's
you're
just
like, oh, let me stretch. Like just
yeah, and
sniff
I'm like,
the,
"No, I still smell good." I'm like, "It's these people around me that just stink." I'm
or
like,
maybe it's just the
"Ugh."
Tennessee Titans. Who knows?
Yeah, they stunk too. So, but moving forward, it is Minnesota week. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Are you offended that I said it that way?
I am. I hate that so much. I The amount of people whenever I like in college, when I was in Missouri, like, they go, "Where are you from?" I say Minnesota, and they're like, "Oh, Minnesota." And I'm like, "Yeah, we don't
Soda.
talk like that, but some do."
Minnesota.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there is a little like Canadian accent up there. I notice it now that I like live more southern. Um, there is, but my end of the game takeaway from the Titans was like, thank you, Malik Willis. Like, you have done
Mhm.
more than enough, honestly, right now. You have stepped into this position with no, notice basically, and
Mhm.
got us 2 wins in the 2 games you have played. Like, you have kept us alive right now. And
Oh,
that
absolutely.
so grateful. And with that being said, I would love to see Jordan Love come out this week. I really would. I haven't been keeping up a ton. I've been insanely busy this week with like the Jordan Love health and all that. But if he was to come back earlier than we originally expected, like like what, like 6, this would be fantastic. This would be the week.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I think he would make a huge difference. I think we need that difference because Minnesota right now is hot.
Yeah, they're ugly. That win against the Texans was ugly.
Holy cow.
That was
Their
ugly.
their defense is doing good. Our defense is doing good. Their offense is putting up points. Ours
Mhm.
is sometimes putting up points.
If it doesn't get called back for stupid penalties, then
Yeah,
it is.
exactly. And I'm excited actually. I For this matchup. Originally, I was going to be like a ha 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 with my coworker actually. She is from Iowa, and
Okay.
I was so excited because I was like, not a Chiefs fan. Great. What team do you like? You're Iowa. And I was like, Green Bay, because it's like right there.
Mhm.
It's the Vikings. She's a Vikings fan. It disgusts me every single time we talk about it. And so we actually have a bet for this week. And
Okay.
the bet is a wing bet. So the loser of the game, whoever loses has to eat the total points scored for both teams in wings. So if we lose, I hope it's a low scoring game. I don't know. What's the max wings you think you've eaten in one sitting? I'm just curious.
Oh gosh. Like, I think I usually only if I ever order anything, it's like 10, if that.
I think the max I've eaten is like, I've probably gotten close to 20 max, honestly.
Is this
Which,
in one sitting that you have to do it?
yes,
Are they boneless or bone-in?
you get to pick. And I would pick bone in.
Because
Flats
then it's
only.
less meat.
Flats only. Less
Yeah, less
breading though,
meat,
too.
less bready.
But she also said that if you're above a certain spiciness, that -5 wings. Like that one wing counts as 5. So I'm hoping we put a beat down on them so that I'm not the one eating like 40 wings.
It's been like a really morbid week, and so like majority of the jokes have like ended in someone like dying this week. And so my thought is like we put up like 95 points on them, and she tries to eat like the hot wings to try to do it, and
Oh,
like
and
she's
she
just
is
gone.
straight up like Iowa white girl. Like, she don't do spice. She ate the Kung Pao chicken at Panda Express, literally sweating and like snot dripping out of her nose. Like, she was like, "Oh, oh, that's really, yeah, that's hot. That's hot." It's it's
She's
so
trying to do like the
comical.
Carolina Reaper wings, just gone.
It's so
Just
comical. It's
gone.
hilarious. And so I guess she did this with her Bears friend. that she has.
Oh, okay.
And this was the game that the Vikings went off. He had to eat 50 something wings, and they had that you had to eat the winning team's offensive yards and fries. So we had to eat 400 fries on top of that.
I would simply cease to exist. That
He
sounds
has
miserable.
he has not returned to Buffalo Wild Wings in 2 years, and
I
I
don't think I
don't
would
blame
either.
him.
I
I
that would take me like all day. I would be like, okay, y'all open up at 10:30. I am there at 10:30.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not doing it, like, right after the game because she's like, regardless, she's like, "I'm gonna need to fast if I lose." Like, we're gonna need
Yeah.
to, like, pick a day.
Yeah, pick a day, don't eat too much the day before, don't really have too many plans the next day. See, I would say it'd be better to do it, like, on a Saturday, that way Sunday you can just lie there and just
Just like
exist. Like,
comatose,
that's
yeah.
that way, like, Monday, you're not having to, like, actually work and do things. That sounds
Yes,
absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal.
yes.
Um, how are your thoughts and feelings about the love of our life coming back to Green Bay this week?
Did you see, like, there was
His
a I think
message?
the message, that one
Mhm.
hurt so bad.
Yeah.
That one hurt so bad. I actually
Feels
saved it so I could
yeah.
read it here today. I feel like I'm reading a eulogy, uh,
Right?
'cause it made me so sad. I'm about to read Aaron Jones' message, and in regards to playing the Green Bay Packers. It's funny how so much of life is just about people seeing you or not. Growing up and wanting to make it as a football player, I had all these people basically telling me I wasn't anything special. Coming out of high school, I only had 2 college offers, and going into the draft, I waited almost 200 picks for my name to be called. So when I finally did get drafted, I think there's a part of me that figured it's about to be the same in the NFL. More people who just see right past me and who see me as nothing worth investing in. Then I became a Green Bay Packer. I wasn't just my teammates, or it wasn't just my teammates who made me feel seen in Green Bay, it was our fans too. Especially in those first few years when I was trying to make my name in the league, I think people started to notice the good things that would happen when I had the ball and they wanted me to be more involved. So they started tweeting with the hashtag free Aaron Jones. I know it's just a hashtag, but I won't lie, that was cool. Every time I saw in my mentions, it reassured me I wasn't going unnoticed. Our fans understood how hard it was working to make things happen, and I fed off that. That's the biggest thing I want to write here, not just to the Packers organization, but really to all of Green Bay. Thank you. It's going to feel strange being on the visiting side for the first time and being on the other side of the NFC North in general, but it's all love and it's so much gratitude. Thanks for betting on me, riding with me, hashtagging me, and everything else. Thanks for seeing me. No G on the helmet Sunday, always one in my heart. Aaron Jones.
Oh gosh.
I'm glad I read that because Emily, I think you would have cried if you had
Yeah,
to read
I'm
that.
fighting tears right now.
Just holding back. No,
Mm,
classy guy.
yeah.
Love him. Like
Yeah.
we loved him every single
I
year with
can't say
us.
enough good things about him. Yeah, that broke my heart. I think
I
him
read
going to
that
the
at like
Vikings.
6 a.m. this the morning. I was like, this is not how I need to start my day.
Mm-mm. It it definitely sucks seeing, having him on the other field. I really hope that our fans that are there don't boo him because he does so much for the
I hope they still
organization.
cheer for him,
Yeah,
honestly,
I
like when
hope
he
that they
comes
still
out.
cheer for him.
And I think they will because he did not leave on a sour note. I
No,
don't
and it
think, like,
wasn't his
it's
fault.
sour where he went, but he did not go out on
Mhm.
a sour note.
Yeah,
Like,
and it
we
wasn't his
knew.
fault. Yeah.
We were really hoping for that Jacobs-Jones combo. Like, holy cow, would
We
that have
had
been
the
a
best
combo
running backs
for,
for
like, 15 seconds.
15.
It was glory and just
Yeah,
beauty, and it was taken from us. But
stunning.
I was not surprised. When I saw that we signed Jacobs, I was like, "This would be cool."
Mhm.
But Minnesota did need one, and I was like, and I think they're gonna go for him because
Yeah,
I don't know how much the 2 are gonna wanna compete with each other for that one
yeah.
spot. and
Yeah.
I would really hope that we would give Jones the one spot just from the experience and the tenure that he has with the team.
Mhm.
But I don't think he wanted to take that risk. Like
Yeah, and I don't
Jacobs
blame
was a
him.
huge name. No, and I don't blame him one bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Obviously, I hope that in every other game that he plays, he does good. I don't mind if he does good. Like if he scores a touchdown and he happens to Lambeau leap, I'm not mad at that. I'm really not. It's gonna be hard to see, but I'm not mad at it. I understand it. Because there was a lot that he did for the organization. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
great carries. I mean, he single-handedly beat Dallas 3 times. Lisa, 3 games that I've seen him play against Dallas, he single-handedly beat them
yeah.
in 2019, 2022, and 2023 or 2024 this year. He single-handedly beat Dallas. Like that is, I will die on that bench. Like that is the hill I'll die on. He's the reason we won. Um, and yeah, I mean, that's just it's gonna be hard, but do you think it's a game that we win? Do you think it's a game that we lose?
That is so hard to say right now.
Yeah, this
That
is this is
is
a hard one.
This is a hard one. I know in our preseason picks, you have picked the Vikings to win, and I picked us to beat them because the offseason of the Vikings was like the worst thing to happen to them in
Yeah.
a long time. Um, they're doing well. I did see like Darnold was questionable, but like, he should be good to go. I think they cleared him of any
Mhm.
like serious kind of injuries. Um, this is a scary game. I think this is
Yeah.
a scary game. I think it sucks right now actually that it's at home,
Mhm. Mhm.
um, because I
Mhm.
would rather this be the away game.
Yeah. This
Uh,
early in the season, absolutely.
yeah, and I was fine with it being this early in the season before Jordan Love got hurt, before the Vikings got hot. For
Mhm.
beginning of season, did not care. I didn't even, like, think twice about them. I was like, "This will be easy." But
Yeah.
now
Surprisingly,
this is gonna be hard, and I honestly I I don't think Jordan Love's gonna play, and I
okay.
and I
Hot
think
take.
it might be. I don't think he's gonna end up playing, and I think that we will lose this game. I think that the Vikings are riding a high note right now, and if we were playing with our backup, who did fine last week, but
Mhm.
now they have seen what he can do
Yeah.
and stuff.
And we
So
also played against a team that was 0-2 versus
exactly.
now 3-0, and I think that makes
Mhm.
a huge difference also.
The pressure of the divisional matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much that's gonna be for him, and, like, knowing that, like, we have to, like, beat them, honestly, like, we have
Mhm.
to, and so it's gonna be a hard game, and I don't see us winning it,
Mm.
and I hate that so much because I've never hated a team more than I hate the Minnesota Vikings. I hate them so
Yeah,
much.
it's gonna be hard, and the only reason like, it's so weird because it's like you watch and you stay in contact with these teams because they're in your division, so you
Yep.
keep track of what they're doing, and it's kind of like, you know, I never trusted the Bears. The Bears on Twitter had already won the Super Bowl way before the season even started, and
Dude,
they
the
have
Bears.
like, how do you have, like, how many yards Caleb Williams had and still lose? Like, it makes no sense to me. Detroit, I don't know what's going on in Detroit either. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's been
That's
interesting.
it's a weird thing. And then here you have Minnesota, who is now 3-0 with Sam Darnold of all people. Like
Darnold, okay,
he
Darnold is not bad. I felt that Darnold was going to be enough to get the team wins. I feel
uh-huh,
that Darnold was going to be enough to get them to near 500. Like
uh-huh.
maybe like 2 games shy of 500 is what I was thinking. In the right on the right team, I don't think Sam Darnold's a bad quarterback.
You know what he reminds me of? A tuna sandwich. I do not know why. That man gives off tuna sandwich vibes. Does he not? You're gonna watch him on Sunday and you're gonna be like, yeah, that
And be
man is
like,
a tuna
"Wow, I'm
sandwich.
so hungry all of a sudden."
I don't know. Like, and I think it's
Tuna?
just
Like tuna?
tuna. here, let me see. Let me pull up a picture of him, at least on my end. Sam Darnold.
Sam
He just
Darnold,
gives
tuna
off a
sandwich.
tuna sandwich vibe. 100%.
That
1000%.
um,
Do you see it? Are you looking?
I'm looking. I'm looking. Interesting take. Interesting take.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. If you're a quarterback in the NFC North, I hate you. So I don't have anything against tuna sandwiches. I don't eat
And if you
them,
play for
but
the Vikings and are not named Aaron Jones, I hate you.
I hate you too, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do
I
you
hope that
do
our
you
defense
think we're gonna
comes.
win?
I don't know, it's hard. And you know me, the ever-present optimist, like I'm always so optimistic about things. I don't know, it's hard because I don't know what's going to happen with Love. Like has the
Give
Malik
me both situations. Give me if Love starts and if Willis starts. What do you think's gonna happen?
I'm worried that the Malik Magic's gonna run out.
Yep.
That's my worry
That's
because it's like he's done good, which not like great. He hasn't
he's
thrown for like
exceeded our expectations.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He's exceeded our expectations because again, all like 2 weeks ago, whenever I said all this man in the NFL has done is throw interceptions and trip on his feet. So he has done so much better than what I thought he was going to do. However, like I said, I don't know if the magic has run out. I don't know if the fact that they now have seen what he can do or what he does to get the games progressive, if they're going to have, because from what I remember, Minnesota's always had a really good run defense. And that's pretty much all we did against Tennessee, and that's pretty much all we did against the Colts.
100% all
Um,
in it against the Colts.
and then you know what's funny is the fact that the Bears came out and tried they what it was like 50 of their attempts were passing, and it's like you literally saw that running like just destroyed them, but yet you decided to like pass the ball. Anyways, I think if Jordan comes back, I think then there's a lot of pressure on Jordan. And is it too much pressure because it's now a divisional game? So it's like you
It's
have to win.
divisional, and also he'd be coming off injury. So, like, he's not gonna
Injury.
be himself. He has not
Yeah.
taken live reps.
Yeah.
And
So
that
that's
worries
what
me too, that if Love is there, that's what worries me, that we could be losing this game,
mhm.
with or without him.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Will I probably want to throw up the whole game? Absolutely. I feel very strongly that
Yes, I hate the Vikings. I will also want to throw up the entire time. We'll
I
just,
it's
like,
just
come out
it's
and I'll just go,
hard.
"Ugh."
Ugh. A little bit
Exactly.
of ASMR for you. Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah, no, like I said, never hated a team more.
Yeah, it's hard because it's like I wanna say that I hate the Bears, but it's like they really haven't done anything to us. I just hate their I don't
It's
know. I
just
don't
like
know whose fans are
if
worse, honest.
you're a Packers fan, you're born into hating the Bears, but, their Twitter sphere has not made it any easier to stop hating
Mm-mm.
them, like,
No, and the Minnesota people are jerks too. I mean,
the
I
minute
there's only one person on Twitter that's nice. I don't know her
the
name, but she's nice.
the Bears Twitter is delusional.
In
The Vi
shambles.
in shambles. But in general, the Bears Twitter is
Yeah,
delusional. The Vikings Twitter, they're they're fucking idiots and they're dicks.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they're rude. Like, that man, like, about when Love got hurt, I mean, you do not
yeah,
root for injury, you never do. I do not care.
yeah.
I
That was rude.
and it's not just him. Like,
Yeah, no, it's multiples.
I have had several in-person encounters with hundreds of Vikings fans, and it's like the overall atmosphere every time, insufferable.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm,
I cannot stand it. My coworker, I will say in case she's watching, no, um, she's fine. She's actually not that bad. I actually tolerate her as a Vikings fan. She can sit and we can, like, actually talk football. She's
mhm.
educated in football, and we can have a debate and stuff. And so, like, she's my exception. That's
Yeah.
okay.
They're few and far between, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's they're hard to talk to because it's like all they do is they bring up the Rogers injury, the fact that but it's again, what have y'all done? The running joke is y'all have no like your Super Bowl trophy or your Super Bowl cabinet's empty. Like all it is the only thing that's in there is
And
dust. It's
the
like
last time that they likely could have won the Super Bowl was our ex-quarterback, which
mhm.
also, real quick, can we talk about that?
Oh, where he has Parkinson's disease?
Yeah, real interesting, isn't it?
Brutal. Brutal. Obviously, like, it's again one of those hard things because it's like that's like the guy that I grew up watching. Like, there's so much love for him, and
Mhm.
then all the controversies just kind of, and then for him to come out
Yep.
and all these hot takes that he's having and the political world and just all this stuff, and then for him just to randomly like mic drop like, "Oh, I have Parkinson's disease," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Like,
That's a brutal disease to watch, someone go
yeah.
through. Like, I treat several Parkinson's patients. Um, that's a brutal one. That sucks, honestly. Like, and like you said, he did so much for us.
Mhm.
He's a Packer in, like, everyone's mind. Like,
Mhm.
I know he went to the Jets, I know he went to the Vikings, but, like, he is a
Mhm.
Packer in
Yeah, it's very true.
everyone's mind, and I it sucks to see that, like, happening to anyone, even with the controversial things he's done and
Mhm.
said. It still sucks. It still sucks to see, honestly.
What's the life expectancy for Parkinson's? Do you know off the top of your head or?
It's a varied number.
Okay.
It depends on, like, how progress it just depends on how progressed it is, and how or advanced or progressed it is, and then that just depends on the person
Yeah. That
and
it,
stuff.
it sucks. It sucks all
I
around
feel
because
like he was
obviously
kinda how old is Brett Favre? Let me
he's really not
see.
that old. 40?
That's what he's 54, like,
54. Okay.
he's pretty young, honestly, for, like, I feel like for the Parkinson's I've seen, like, he's pretty
Mhm.
young still, which is unfortunate,
Mm,
but,
yeah, that's wild to think that he's only that old, you know? Like, I don't know, that's crazy because I mean Rogers will be what, 41 or 42 this year?
something
42?
like
Is it?
that. I mean, yeah, he's 40s.
Yeah, that's just brutal. But hopefully they hopefully he can get that taken care of. But yeah, it definitely sucks because you have, the half of Twitter that's like, good, that's what he deserved. But then you have the other half of Twitter that's like,
Again, like
he's still a human being. Like,
like an injury, like, especially like that is a, like, lifelong disease now.
yeah, it's brutal.
So, like, I am not going to be one to say, like, "That's what you deserve."
Hmm. So
But,
hopefully he'll be okay, just all around. Do you have any
it's
final score predictions for this week?
yeah, let's actually before Scorpion, let's just get back to a better note.
Yeah.
Let's get back to a better note than that. Thank you for the Go Pack Go for that.
Yes. Go Pack Go.
Thank you for watching as always. Keep cheering, Go Pack Go. Um, yes, I want to see a good game out of these boys.
Okay.
We are going to have our defense is going to have to continue what they're doing. We're going to have to take away the penalties on
Hmm.
offense, and my big takeaway is I hope Jordan Love plays.
Okay.
I hope he plays this game, but then also I'm like, I know how Vikings fans are, and if we lose this game, they'd be like, ha ha ha, we beat you even with Jordan Love, and be like, yeah, he literally just came off an injury.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
like okay, early in the.
Hmm.
I'm glad it's early in the season, like with how interesting both teams have been in that aspect of we have a lot of time to make up for that if we do lose.
That's true. That's true. Won't be the
Like
end of the
we
world.
can make up for that, and they can fall still.
Hmm.
And I think they will. I think they'll hit their point where teams they
Yeah.
see them. Like
Like the Eagles.
people's eyes are open right now with the Vikings. Like they are seeing what they're doing.
Hopefully, we can prove that they're frauds and that.
My God, love nothing more than I would love nothing more than beating them by like 20 plus.
Mm, Now, with the wing situation, do you go with her? Does she go with you, or is it an individual thing to where
We'll
you
probably
both?
go together. We'll probably go because
Okay.
like honestly, wings are expensive. We're gonna probably have to split the price. Like wings are freaking expensive,
Yeah,
man.
they're not cheap. They are not cheap. Do you got a
Yeah,
wing stop with you or by you?
we got a
Yeah.
Wingstop. Yeah, I love.
Do you?
See. I don't know if you remember. Oh my God, Haley, where you at? I was a huge Wingstop stan, and Haley is not for some
Okay.
reason.
Okay. I was gonna say because I know like for us on Mondays and Tuesdays they do like boneless wing deals.
Yeah, I know, like,
So,
Buffalo Wild Wings does, so, like, we did kinda discuss, like, should we do it on, like, a
mhm.
Tuesday, Thursday, but, like, we both work opposite. Like, I have Tuesdays off, she has Thursdays off, so
Oh.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, no, we'll
Oh.
figure it out. Well,
Okay.
who do you think is gonna make a good impact?
Um, man, Lucas Van Ness had a really good
Oh
game
my
last
gosh,
week.
I'm glad you brought him up.
He had a really good game, which is interesting because he's one of my on my fantasy team, and I always have him benched because he's always projected like 3 points, 2 points, and
Mhm.
he had 11 some odd points. And then Wyatt, who again I also have on my bench, he had like 13 points also, and I was like, I bench y'all because no offense, y'all they do a lot, but they don't do what's necessary to get points in fantasy, which is okay. As long as you do what you're supposed to on the field, it's okay. But yeah, I think was Lucas Van Ness has a good game.
I would
Um, yeah, I feel like he has a good game. Josh Myers, our center, no more throwing up on the ball. So if we continue that trend.
yeah,
It
let's
was so hot. That's why I was surprised to see
you're
on
like,
Tuesday,
"He's gonna
Sunday
do it
night.
again."
Yeah, I really honestly thought he was gonna puke on the ball, and I had my peepers ready. But I don't think he did because I didn't see anything online about
It's
it.
like
So
bringing binoculars, be like, "I need to see this time." Also,
right.
past 3 games you've been to, 0 and or 3-0
You
for
know,
us,
yeah.
like, should you just keep going?
I
How do
know.
we
I was part
sponsor
of
to
me
keep Emily going to games so we can keep
part
winning?
I know part of me was like, "Yeah, it's a 12 o'clock game. I could do like I could fly in, I can fly out, but it's just
My family
it's
would house you, just know, like, my family would house you if you needed it.
I would love to. I had thought about that because I was like, okay, one this week, one last week, and I was like, when's the last game that I went to? I was like, oh, I went against in Dallas. They won that. So I'm like, hmm. So I was like, yeah, those 3 games that I've gone to, they've won. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you guys should bring me on as like the official cheerleader or something like that. But then if we start
Right.
losing, then they're gonna kick my ass out.
Yeah, and if I start losing, I'm gonna have to deal with, like, bitches and, like, people that are so
Haters.
annoying.
I'm gonna get death threats. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, who do you think is gonna be the game maker for us?
Game maker for us. Let's see. Oh, God, I loved your answer, honestly. Because like there was so many points after the game that like I was thinking and I was like, I want to bring up Lucas Venez. He had like a great game. Um,
Mhm.
I would love to see Reed have a great game. You know what? Alexander. I want to see
Yeah.
Alexander shut down Jefferson again. I love to see that. I think he can have a good game. I think he's going to be able to like bait Darnold a little bit more.
Mhm.
Hopefully get maybe another turnover, that'd be great. So I'm gonna say Alexander for hopefully the outbreak player this coming week.
Over under on if Preston Smith has to cover Jefferson in this defense.
Stop, that's hilarious.
The trauma
Stop.
of watching that. Like, I love Preston Smith, but what is he doing lining up
Okay,
against Justin Jefferson?
I have an interesting question for you also
Okay.
before we get out of here. Let's say Love does not come back until week 6, okay?
Okay.
Let's say we win out of those 5 games. Let's say we come out even like 3-2.
Mhm.
Do you think, like, people are gonna start, like, taking Matt LaFleur seriously now? Do you think, like,
That man deserves coach of the year. I don't know what else he can do, but
if we keep doing this and, like, we make it to the playoffs again, like, his name needs to be in that debate, I feel like.
yeah, because last
Because
year he got
everyone
like
thought we were
1 vote.
done for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
and, like,
I
he's showing
absolutely.
it's not just Aaron Rodgers. Like,
Mhm.
like, now he's in his offensive, like, plan that he wants,
Yeah.
and it's working for us. He's adjusting when we need to adjust.
Mhm. He
I
absolutely needs to be in those conversations. Like, you're right. If we do continue the trend that we're going, absolutely he needs to be in those conversations. So, yeah, absolutely. I don't understand how last year he didn't get it because it's like you have the youngest team in the NFL and
beating
you
the
made it
first
all the
2
way.
seed ever in the
Mhm.
playoffs,
Yeah,
destroying
the
the
Cowboys.
first 2 seed in the playoffs. Like, not just
Yeah.
beating them, but, like,
Yeah,
destroying them.
destroying them. If we would have never benched our defense, I think it probably would have been like 38 or 48 to 16 or whatever it was before. Like they wouldn't have scored those garbage time touchdowns. Which again, that's the same thing that happened against the Ravens on Sunday is they scored like what was it,
Yep.
19, 13 or something like points in like the last fourth quarter. It's like when their back is up against the wall, they do okay. But it's like the Packers definitely broke them at AT&T Stadium, and I'm all here for it. So
That was amazing.
yeah, I hope that he gets taken seriously for coach of the year because it's like what else can this man do? Like he he has a heart. Like you can tell it's like, you can tell sometimes with the coaches, but it's like he has a heart for these players. He has a heart
Yeah.
for this organization. So I absolutely hope that he gets some consideration this season for coach of the year. Absolutely.
Yeah, very excited to see how the rest of the season goes. And the biggest thing that like I feel like we've always said is when we're up, stay up. Like keep
Mhm.
putting the hammer on them. Do not let them think they have a chance to get back in. So those garbage time points like do not matter.
Yeah, all
So
gas
that
no
would
breaks.
yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing I'd say um with him to like take away. But
Mhm.
games at noon, which means that's great for me because I will be able to go to bed at a decent time. I hate night games nowadays.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy that it's at noon because we can wake up late,
I feel
11,
like I get to like
11:30.
settle my emotions like by the
Mhm.
3 o'clock game. So like
You can
whether
regulate.
I can regulate a little bit more so that I can like go on with my day comfortably. So hopefully we get a win. It's at
Mhm.
Lambeau. I want to see some applause for Aaron Judge or Aaron Jones when he
And
comes back
Jones.
on. I know I was always calling him Aaron Judge.
Judge.
Wrong sport. And the Yankees piss me off. But don't get me started on baseball right now. The Twins are sitting just outside of the wild card.
Oh
Not
yeah,
doing
no,
well.
Rangers are out. Rangers are out. No, I hope it's a good game. I hope Packers come out strong, whether we have love, whether Willis is or whether we're still rolling with Willis. Yeah, I hope for a good game and I hope the Packers win. So go Pack go, right?
Go Paco. Well, as always, find us on Twitter. Here is
On the
our
interwebs.
usernames. Yes. Follow at green double underscore gorgeous. Mine is at Tori Piat. That's my name. Emily, right over there, 3 N's, 2 Y's. Don't forget them. And and I guess we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Bye.